Hello, everyone. This is just a separate thing. Since I have a very, very special guest with me, who has loved Wheel of Time for a very long time, and I feel that it would be very interesting to get Mrs. Wisp, Miss Wisp's take on what we're going to be seeing. Anyway, let's get started.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That is all I wanted to say. Can I go now?
We actually do have another guest who just requested to come on.
Oh, sorry. I had myself muted just to get over that, but the timing went off. I'm sorry. That was my team.
No worries. We also have another person coming on, so I'll wait. I'll at least just show the image. Kind of start off. So so for reference,
who are these people?
These are Egwene.
No.
Egwene and Nynaeve.
No. What? What? Were we in any other era, I would ask, are they even trying? I know that they are trying to be as inaccurate as possible. This makes no sense. This is a millennia-old inbred village. There are not people of different races. This whole country of Maniterrain it's surrounded by natural bullshit that nobody wants to come across. It's so remote that they barely know who their queen is. Andor doesn't even tax them properly because it's just too difficult to go there. How the fuck are there supposed to be people of different races? If ever there came a black person into Maniterrain, that person would first off be so fucking strange, people wouldn't know how to take it. Secondly, those genes would be diluted in generations. It's gone. Everybody looks. These are inbred villages. Everybody looks the same. Go to South Germany. You can tell which village people are from by their faces. I'm not kidding. Seriously, I'm not kidding. And that's not meant to be insulting or racist. That's just the way it is. You can tell, if you live there for long enough, you can tell from what village people are.
You know,
these people are not from the same country.
You know, I understand why you do this now, Dunn. It's fun to be on the other side of this. watching someone else witness everything they know and love die before their very eyes.
I've had to go through this so often. And finally, we live in a time where we could make some amazing Wheel of Time adaptation. We have the technology. We have the money. What we don't have is the love to make the actual thing. Because this is not the thing. This is like the Lucifer TV show, which has nothing to do with the comics. We call his Lucifer lives in LA and has a nightclub that is called Lux, and that's where it ends. That's all the similarities that are there. Fuck this shit. This is not the same character. I bet these people will not act like the same characters. This is supposed to be Nynaeve. Yes, she looks way too friendly. Nynaeve has perhaps constant scorn on her face that is giving her crinkles in her forehead. Because she's constantly annoyed at everything and at herself.
Yeah. I love how we just get this reaction for the first freeze frame,
Yeah.
and not even the actual trailer.
How the
I
hell
know.
is it Wayne? What's this Indian girl doing there?
She's
She representing, bitch.
The whole point. See, so when I do this to Tolkien stuff or anything else, it's bad enough. But the thing about the world of Wheel of Time is that all the races, all the cultures are mixed up, that people whom you do not associate with that culture have that culture, and the people who would have that culture in our time have another culture. That's supposed to be the joke, or rather, which conveys the message of don't judge people just by their looks. Because the Shanshan, or whatever that you pronounce them in English, that come over from the continent beyond, their culture is highly Chinese, but they're descendants of people who look like Norsemen. That's the insanity of Wheel of Time, of the breaking of the world, where everything's mixed up and weird.
There are
You can't pull this off if every race lives everywhere mixed together and somehow their genes never dilute. It's like the Black Hobbits in Hobbiton. How?
We don't go to South Hobbiton anymore.
Hobbit? How are they supposed to? Are they just breeding within their family, or how's that supposed to work?
Shall we get started with the trailer so that we
Yeah,
can
shall we start it?
Be strong.
Oh, that was supposed to be Moiran?
The wheel
No.
of time turns.
Wait, stop. When did this happen?
Supposedly, this is part of Egwene's initiation to womanhood ceremony.
That was
It's
that
not
was
in the books.
That never happened.
Yeah, it didn't. That never happened. This is
They
original.
made it up.
Yes, they did.
They don't have this kind of tradition in Eamon's Field. That would have been described.
Look, Robert Jordan's dead. He can't tell you otherwise.
How is his wife okay with this?
Yeah.
When Brandon Sanderson in the foreword of the what was it, the 11th book? No, the 12th book. Sorry, that was the subwoofer. I use it as a foot stand. In the 12th book, in the foreword, Sanderson wrote what a weird and magical and amazing moment it was when Robert Jordan's wife called him and asked him whether he could finish up the story. Because Sanderson
Really love this story.
he didn't just love the story. It is Wheel of Time is the first fantasy he read, if I remember correctly, and it is what got him into writing.
Mm-hmm.
And he had great respect for the material, and he apologized that it would become more books. He apologized for that in advance because he didn't see how he could fit all the notes that Robert Jordan had left over in just one book. That and connect everything to the pre-written ending of Robert Jordan. And I think that is perfectly understandable. I don't know if Robert Jordan himself would have been able to pull it off right, or he would just brought out a very big book. But that was respect for the material. This is just shitting all over stuff, making up your own fan fiction, and farting it all across the table. Like Netflix, Amazon. This is Amazon, right?
Amazon, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon, fucking kill yourself.
Hold on. If you know it's Amazon, because you can see the shit-eating grin as it mocks you.
Let's keep going, shall we? Let's keep going.
I mean, they made the expanse even worse than it was by the end.
Yeah.
The wheel of time turns,
That is way too
and
many.
ages come and pass, leaving memories.
Wait. Why does Nynaeve not have one giant braid and instead this nonsense on her hair, on her head?
I think that is supposed to be a braid. it's just like that's kind of how they braided her
Yeah,
hair.
but the point of it's her trademark. The one long braid. One long one. And I am pretty sure, I would assume, that in a secluded place like the Two Rivers, the hairstyles would be rather monotonous, or what better word?
Uniform.
Uniform. Yes. Because how you do your hair in such medieval societies often indicates your status of what part of womanhood you are. Are you a little girl? Are you a girl up for marriage, or are you married? And putting your hair up, and from this angle, it looks like she put her hair up. Putting your hair up indicates you're married, but that it's just one. This is kind of a Rasta style, I would say. So she makes several smaller braids and then puts them into one. That's not what how 90F does her hair. She has one large braid. You could just check European styles, but hey, she's not European in any way. This girl here, and also she's smiling. What the fuck?
She's I think she's from Australia. I'm not sure if she's necessarily Kiwi or not, but
yeah, she's definitely not Aboriginal. She is 90F's long braid is important because when she's stressed and she's pissed, she keeps tugging on it to the point where it looks like she's ripping it out.
Well,
How's she supposed to do that with this? She can't even reach it.
Well, now hold on here. Those are probably extensions, so I'm sure she can still rip her hair out. Also, I'm pretty sure the character in the book wasn't black either.
No one in the Two Rivers was black. I think Perrin was darker skinned, but that man had a reason. He wasn't. He at least wasn't from Emansfield.
Ah, Poland. Got it.
He wasn't. Yeah. He was the blacksmith's apprentice. So he's the one who has some justification, and there's some more backstory to that.
Well, I've never read Wheel of Time. I heard of it through other people, but it was a series I never picked up. I was busy reading other things, and I didn't hear about it till I was an adult, and now I just kind of have no time for reading anymore, sadly. But I can imagine that there's going to be a lot of things in this that's going to piss a lot of fans off, and I knew this was coming.
Everything about this is wrong. When I heard, when Dunn showed me what they did to Tom Marilyn, and he didn't even say anything, I was just, who the fuck is this guy? This is not Wheel of Time. This is someone who does his own shit and slams the Wheel of Time name on it to get some audience.
I'm willing to bet you, and I've made this claim before. I've had this take, but I am almost willing to bet you that when they start going deeper into lore and story, they're going to do some Game of Thrones shit. And I don't mean like, copy. What I mean by that is they're probably going to copy some of the delivery, some of the plot points of Game of Thrones, simply because that series has ruined fantasy for the next 15 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of like they did with The Witcher.
Yeah, I think this is going to be much worse than either of those.
Oh, I have no doubt.
The way it already starts. Throw this out the window. I didn't like the. There are lots of people who like the comic adaptation of Wheel of Time, and I already had issues with that. And lots of the depictions there, I just skimmed through it in a comic shop, and there are lots of people who say, yeah, the characters are depicted as described. It's something about it struck me as odd. That's why I didn't buy it. But on the comic, I may be wrong. I accept that. On this is just crap. This is just utter crap.
Well, now hold on. It's not even out yet for it to disappoint you.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. It's like the Cowboy Bebop thing. I see the trailer and I know this is gonna be shit.
I would honestly say the Death Note thing, like that was just I never even read or seen either of those, but the moment I saw the Death Note one, I was like, oh, good God, we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I always had this impression about Wheel of Time, especially when they were doing the adaptations, simply because of how relatively, if you compare to Tolkien and Game of Thrones, relatively unknown Wheel of Time is. And I kind of figured that the reason where they're going to get away with a lot more shit than they could probably do with Game of Thrones or Tolkien, even though they're going to try with the Lord of the Rings series, is simply because it's not as well known. So you're not going to have like the Tolkien, like something the size of the Tolkien estate sending cease and desist letters if they're doing things you don't like.
Oh, I'm going
Point I'm trying to make here is Wheel of Time. And this is from what I understand. Wheel of Time was ripe to just be completely butchered right from the start.
And it's yes and no. It's due to the times we're in. They've noticed that you can make money with fantasy right now.
Yeah.
And they're able to throw big budgets at these things. However, before Peter Jackson made his pretty good Lord of the Rings adaptation, really, Lord of the Rings was as unwell known as Wheel of Time outside the English sphere. The German fantasy fansphere knew Lord of the Rings as much as it knew Wheel of Time.
I disagree with that for one reason, and this was before the movies. Lord of the Rings was one of the highest selling books of all time. Like, the only book that sold higher than that series was literally the Bible.
Yes, that may be true. However, that was written when?
1920, 1930?
It was in the 1950s, I believe.
Wait, I thought it was written in the 30s.
That was probably The Hobbit.
Ah, okay.
The thing is, Wheel of Time was written the beginning of the 90s, late 80s when it started. That's
Right.
a completely different generation. Wheel of Time is relatively young. And by that time, Wheel of Time came out. The people who knew Lord of the Rings were very, very few compared to the original hype. Fantasy had a backseat in the 90s, and Wheel of Time came into that. Like I think Terry Brooks would be even at least in Germany even less well known than that. And with the Lord of the Rings movies, the whole fantasy appreciation got a renaissance, where tons of new book series come out and standalone books coming out. And then you had the Harry Potter stuff, which you can roughly count into the fantasy genre.
Harry Potter came out before Lord of the Rings, though, in 99.
The movies?
Yeah.
Okay, you're right about that. My bad. Also,
you got to realize. I was having a discussion about this the other day, like literally yesterday. Fantasy and science fiction have always been some of the most popular genres, simply due to their nature of being fantastical, of being like, for God's sake, Dune. Let's just take Dune for example. Every science fiction work since Dune always references Dune. Whether they know it or not, it's based off Dune in the same way that Lord of the Rings, almost every fantasy book owes to Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't think it's fair to say that people don't read or know about these properties, especially the biggest ones like Lord of the Rings. People knew about Lord of the Rings to the point where the Tolkien estate wasn't like, while it wasn't as big as before the movies, it was still big enough to the point where it was called the Tolkien estate. Like, it had enough influence that it could tell directors, you can or cannot do this with the book. Mm-hmm. And it had enough clout that they could do that in a contract with Hollywood. That is some impressive clout. So the point I'm trying to make here is
that is gone nowadays too.
Well, like I said, not many writers and not many estates have as much pull.
Oh, that's not because of that. That's not because of that. If you look what the Tolkien Society did lately, they were just churning out social justice papers about Lord of the Rings, interpreting all their shit into it, and that's where you then get a justification for this crap that what Netflix is making.
We're doing the Lord of the Rings TV show. No, that's Amazon too.
It is. Oh god!
But what you got to remember is that in terms
didn't
of
this guy go to space? Bezos? Is that Bezos?
Yeah, Bezos.
Yeah, couldn't you just stay there?
Oh come on! Everybody always says that. It's not like Bezos is mandating this. This is because all Bezos does is he sits back and collects money. It's not like he's actually paying attention to what every.
In regards to the Expanse, I think he wanted that to be made because he liked the show and he had the money to continue it.
I don't know anything about the Expanse, so I can't talk to that.
So, should we move on? I don't know how relevant this is.
Okay. Yes, we did trail off a bit. Why is her braid shit?
Artistic license.
Yeah, exactly.
There's already so much character assassination in this. Wrong brain, wrong race. Smiling.
Just wait.
She's smiling. Nynaeve doesn't smile.
Yeah.
The whole point of her is that she's pissed all the time.
Yeah, kinda. So, the only thing I can say to you, Whisp, is this.
It gets better. It gets fucking better. Okay.
Let's go. I want to see how it gets better. Come on.
2 more minutes. There, she smiled. Holy shit.
Leaving memories that become legend.
What is this?
Ketchup and mustard.
When did this happen?
That's made up. That's
more made up.
Yeah, it's part of Egwene's womanhood initiation thing, I think.
This is not. Nobody does this shit. What? Where is this? Is this supposed to be in the desert?
No, this is supposed to be in Emmons Field.
This shit. They don't have these weird rituals. They celebrate Beltane, which is a boring spring festival. You dance around the May tree and that's it, and then you're happy if you got a firework, like one firework.
Yeah.
Emmons Field is boring like Hobbiton's, what is based on more or less. The first book, or the first two rather, they're basically very close to the Lord of the Rings story, because Jordan himself, he said that in an interview, he wrote those mainly just to see if he could write a story. That's why they are very close to the Lord of the Rings. After that, it trails off into its very own thing.
I think that it's gotten a lot of cultural cachet, but definitely those two are bigger.
Easily.
Oh yeah, a Space Chunk noticed something. Were those the Adra colors in the water?
They are. Yes.
What? Go back to that, please.
Yes.
That makes no sense. That makes zero sense. What is it?
I think that it is supposed to be foreshadowing. I think it's supposed to be foreshadowing.
I thought they were making a hot dog.
Okay, at least it's 7, because I was the one in the back right that almost looked black, and that would have been really stupid.
Yeah.
But why would Emmons Field have a tradition like this?
I don't know. I legitimately
if that wasn't leftover from Maneteren, it would have been in the book. Why do you have to make up your own shit? This is the whole point of the two rivers, because I keep saying Maneteren because that's its original name, which the people there don't even remember. They've forgotten so much about their past because their history wasn't kept. That they would not have kept such rituals. The two rivers are back as boring. There is nothing special in the two rivers. Nothing. It's so boring. It's like a normal medieval world without any fantasy elements.
We're only 24 seconds in, and we have a lot more to cover. Let's keep going.
Yeah, the way you need to depict them right is by not showing weird stuff. It's just start off
Power
point.
inside you. All over the world, there are different names for it.
Wait,
But it's one thing.
Stop. Was that river scene still from the initiation bullshit?
I believe so, yes.
So these idiots, these complete idiots, think the people in Eamon's Field, which has 50 inhabitants, throw their women into a river with hard rocks and sharp edges. What? So they can become women? But what? When they can drown and die? Are you retarded?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Can you hear me? Please come help us.
Let's keep going, shall we?
But it's one thing.
So that's
What? No!
I knew that was coming.
No!
I saw that coming.
You want to tell me this is more guys?
no, this is Swan Sanche.
What? This is supposed to be the Emmeline?
Yes,
With
this is.
gaudy gold dress? The Emmeline doesn't wear a gaudy gold dress. I mean, okay, the tattoos could have given it away, but forgot about that. But and then these pastel colors. It's supposed to be. It's not part of the colors of the archers are not part of the dress. She has a stole she wears around that is annoying to wear. Stoles are annoying to wear, to be honest. But everything is wrong. Everything is wrong.
Don't worry.
What is this?
Don't worry.
The
you did
Emmeline
this.
doesn't wear this gaudy shit.
Wisp.
Especially not this Emmeline. What the hell?
Wisp.
It's been so long
Wisp.
that I read this.
Wisp.
I bet she is missing
Wisp.
some
Wisp.
jewelry.
Let's pause for a second. Tarek has something to say.
Okay.
What I was about to say was, this is what your Amazon subscription is paying for. And don't bullshit me that you don't have Prime. Everyone at some point has Prime.
Oh, I have my parents.
And like I said, you're still paying for it, done.
Bay Farmers. Wisp, have you seen Bay Farmers?
What you mean the movies, the Transformers?
Transformers.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I watched up to just to get it over with. I watched until the one with the extinction ship bullshit.
The dinosaur. The
that made no
dinosaurs.
sense. No dinosaurs.
Probably three then.
I think I watched 4, but I can't remember because it all blended together. I watched them all in one evening at double speed.
Whoa!
Because I wanted this to be. It was in my mind because I grew up with Transformers, and I like the 3D animation series. Was that Prime?
Yeah.
That was surprisingly good, and it had a good amount of no humans in it. Like the humans they just relegated them to the side at some point. It was good, and good Optimus Prime wisdom stuff. Villains were good. I liked it. It was a good kids show. It was great. But the Michael Bay movie, and that's why I wanted to get the Michael Bay movies out of my head. I watched them.
You could have just not.
And the horrible thing was, even at double speed. All right, number 3 I watched in the cinema, and that was its own mess. That's why I watched the others then. Because the friend of mine wanted to see it, so we went together, and then it was like the first and second half of Transformers 3 do not have anything to do with each other, and they contradict each other.
Yep.
That was so insane. It was like, am I in a different movie?
Which is why I say that despite how bad the sequels are, Transformers movies are worse.
No. no. They also don't make sense, but no. The first Transformers that baffled me the most because, as I said, I watched it on double speed. It was so slow, and especially the scene in the car with Shia LaBeouf, this bonding love scene. It took forever on double speed.
Yeah,
and I was walking so slow on double speed. I thought, okay, I'm going to watch this at normal time, and it was unbearable. Like that movie was.
So apparently, like, you didn't watch this movie, but apparently, like, there's a family of what are called the Witwickens, the secret Transformers Illuminati thing that tries to keep the secret history of the Transformers, and there's this whole family of Witwickies. So there was Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Frederick Douglass, and Harriet Tubman were all part of this group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's why they won the Civil War. I mean, the War for Independence.
Yep.
There's even it's all the same to me.
Yeah. Let's keep going with this trailer. There's more pain to come.
It's one thing.
That is Moraine, by the way.
Moraine should look Asian. Moraine should look Asian. Seriously. She's like oh god, stupid American sizes. She's like 155 at best. I don't know what it is in weird height.
She's a petite Asian lady, is basically what you're saying.
So what you're saying is that minority casting should have been done here, but instead they didn't do it.
No, wait. They did do it, but they did it all wrong. They mixed it all up. Because you have all the races in Wheel of Time. You have them. They are there. But they're not in the first episode. They're not all in the first episode, for fuck's sake.
Oh, guess what, Whisp? There's 8 episodes in the first...
Moiran and the traveling merchant Padan Fane are the only foreign-looking people who come there. Even Lan looks believable that he could be there, even though he looks like a mountain. Like a chiseled mountain. And I know you're going to show me Lan at some point, and he's going to look like crap.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's... I looked at the so there's going to be 8 episodes this season, and I think that they're going to be doing the first 2 books in the first season.
What?
Because the first 4 episodes are chapter titles from book 1.
Rush so much. The first, if you did the first 2 books of Wheel of Time, are worthy of Lord of the Rings, of the Lord of the Rings trilogy alone.
Yeah,
there's so many subplots, and deep not just side quests, but deep subplots.
Yep.
What Aaron goes through, what Matt goes through. Holy fucking hell!
Done. Do you know what the runtime is per episode?
Probably an hour. So it's gonna be about 4 hours per book.
What I was gonna say was like, if it was like 2 hours per thing, which I highly doubt, but maybe they may be able to do it, make it like 16 hours or something per season, but I highly doubt they're going to do that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's 8 episodes with an hour per episode.
Yeah.
Yes, Space Junk Lan is basically Aragorn, just a bit with a twist. Lots of the characters have parallels to Lord of the Rings characters, but as I said, there is a reason for that. It's the first big arc of Wheel of Time, the first 2 books, which is in essence a closed story by itself. Is heavily inspired by Lord of the Rings, and when an author can admit that, I can respect that. If he said no, I totally came up with this myself, then I wouldn't have as much respect for Robert Jordan.
Mm-hmm. So this is Moraine getting healed by another Aes Sedai, and we get to see channeling. So it's basically this gray wisp stuff.
One power, and women who can touch it.
No. Do they at least color the elements differently?
Nope.
Wait, Wait, isn't it possible that was what was going on in the water? That it was the different colored elements rather than a flag?
No, that is because specifically the tendrils are the one that there's no one power being used
Ow.
at that point in time.
Yeah, that was just paint. That was just paint on the water. And that represents the 7 Archer, the 7 subgroups that make up the White Tower where the magic casters live or are organized within this continent. And every one of those subgroups has a different purpose.
Your girlfriend wants to ask you a question, Tarek.
Then it looks like I'm getting my money back from the flight and the hotel.
Oh dear.
But
Anyway, the thing with the 1 power, and I think this was done better even in the video game, which had great atmosphere. That they, at least in the info boxes, told you, because the main character could only use Terangreal, magic items that channel the 1 power, because the whole idea for that video game's character was that she can channel so little power that she can't actually do anything by herself, but so she gets proficient in the use of magic items, which she just needs to activate. And the description boxes at least had gems highlighting which part of the power this specific magic item used, and that's the 4 elements plus spirit. And so I would assume if they would actually give a shit about doing this even remotely right, they would at least let us see the different elements in the strands. But I guess they're too lazy for that, because these are supposed to be not just, oh, we draw the magic power and it's the tendrils and stuff. No, it's supposed to be intricate patterns. Like you make a pattern with an element and it creates an effect. You mix elements into a pattern, like you're sewing it or stitching it together to like a tapestry, and you get a specific effect. You're not just this is just nonsense.
Yeah, let's keep going. We're about to get even worse stuff.
And women who can touch it.
Those red Archer look like shit.
Yeah,
those red Archer look like shit. Please go to the red Archer. The point of the red Archer is that they are basically man-hating feminists. And they are man-hating feminists who love to wear revealing clothing.
Well, we can't show that.
Well, they're also, a lot of them are
Also, the one on the
they
back
have
is not an Aes Sedai. She looks way too old.
I think that they're basically like doing away with the ageless stuff, because like I don't know if they could feasibly do that.
They can de-age actors all the time in Hollywood. This would be the prime thing. That's why I'm saying this is the time to make Wheel of Time. Technically, just from a technical aspect, you de-age all the Aes Sedai, all the magic casters, because using the 1 power, having access to the source, makes you live longer, and it makes you look younger, like you're stuck in time somehow. Like you haven't, and the look you get from it is that people can't really place. Are you 20? Are you 40? It's kind of a mix of it all together, and it's a pleasant look. Like the woman in the back, she's just old, or rather getting old. The one in the middle, I can buy that. The Asian woman probably too, because that's Asian magic.
Yeah. So, and that's you remember Leandrin from
some of the I always mixed up. Leandrin was the red Archer or the green Archer?
Red. She's red.
The mean red one.
Yeah. Though for whatever this shot, that's gonna
prominent red, because the red are all mean.
Yeah, they're also like a lot of reds are like have same-sex attraction, and that they keep for a while. So it's kind of actually feeding into some of the
in the movie, or did I miss that in the books?
It's in the books where there are, I think, like one of them, Galena Casban, was like, hey, what was like had like a relationship with another novice or another accepted. It's not plot relevant, but that's why I'm saying it here. So, and both of them eventually became Reds, and yeah,
That sounds like grooming.
it kind of is, yeah.
I must have missed that part, but hey, it totally fits into the man-hating feminist vibe of Red Archer. And there's a reason for anyone who doesn't know. There's a reason why the Red Archer is man-hating. Their job is to hunt down men who can wield the Force. As Dan said, men who use the Force get the one power, get crazy over time, and that makes them walking nuclear bombs, if you will. Just worse than nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
Because when the Dark One was sealed again, his last act was to taint the male half of the one power.
And they've changed the name to the Corruption rather than the Taint.
Why?
Because they don't want taint jokes.
What? Is that an English thing?
It refers to dick.
No, it's actually the spot it's the spot of flesh between your butt and your genitalia.
Oh, the German word is Damm, which is the same as damn. That is a stupid reason to change it.
Yeah. So, funny thing. So this is Alana Mosfani, and to her
she's
left,
also black now.
What?
What?
She is.
Am I mixing people up?
No, she's just Indian.
But Alana Mosfani. Which one was?
She is the lady
who force bonds Rand.
Yes.
I had mentioned.
Let's
there's
keep
tons of characters in Wheel of Time. I remembered her being a redhead.
She's actually not redheaded. She's described as being black-haired.
Really?
But skin color is not something. But the thing that we see here is we actually see Nynaeve here for some reason, and we have reason to believe that this is the Logain plot.
Okay, that is at least a better braid. But what is she doing here?
I have no idea.
And that better not be Perrin, and that better not be the Axe.
That is not Perrin. That's a man named Stepan. That's one of the warders. Yeah.
Stefan or Stefanos? I think
Stepan. He's one of Alana's warders. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I just realized something. The axe the guy is holding.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
That looks like a Nerf axe.
It's a really, really dumb axe.
But no. Like, it looks like the kind that you get with a Nerf gun for melee combat.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Like,
and he's got two of them.
You've seen those Nerf maces, right? Like the ones that are like styrofoam and whatnot. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I wish if you had given me more time, I would have reread the books. Just for this.
Also, we see Lan in front of Nynaeve.
What annoys me a bit, I don't know what. No. No. What? And what? Why are? Wait. They're subduing Logain here.
That is the theory. Yes.
I hope that is not true because this whole scene never happened.
No, it didn't.
None of this ever happened.
Wait a second.
There's Red Sisters and Green Sisters. And they're all wearing their Archer colors on all of their clothing. Aes Sedai are supposed to act in secret outside. They're like imagine them being like CIA agents. If they only show their colors when they want to be seen. And usually they go so far as to hiding their serpent ring. So that you don't know that she's an Aes Sedai. They hide their identity. Like superheroes.
Tarek, you had something to say?
Yeah. That's not an axe he's holding. There's 4 heads on it.
Not
You see that, right?
I'm not sure. I'm
This
not
is right.
Look. There's one,
he's-
two,
he's just
three,
been
four
expert-
heads on that.
Maybe he's just been instructed to hold it in a way that it always is perpendicular to the camera.
I'm imagining it's like, imagine if you will, a cross that's actually made of like 4 axe heads.
Yeah, but then it would be a club.
Or
A
mace.
very sharp,
that's
it's
what I
a
mean,
sharp
a mace, yes.
mace. But what kind of fucking weapon is that? Is that in the book?
No, this is made up. This is entirely made up.
Or is that the shaft?
I think it's the shaft. I think it's the shaft.
This whole scene makes no sense. None of this ever happened. And what is also important here is the way you would depict use of the one power in a series would be that most of the time you do not show magic effects, the magic between the wielder and the effect. You just see the things just happen. Because the only people who can see the tendrils of the weaving of the one power are people who can wield the one power. And that is, and the joke about that is that the men cannot see the women weaving, and the women cannot see the men weaving because they're weaving different parts of the one power. And so I would then this would be great for doing this in an earlier decade. You would only need to animate this, do the special effects, if you had a scene where you are keen on showing the scene from the point of view of the magic wielder in question. Because I bet they will get this so wrong that they will have scenes where Rant is walking through a place like where Kalandor is trapped, the magical sword that is not a sword, the sword-like weapon, haha. And where there are lots of magical traps that are woven with the female half of the one power, so that he cannot see it. I bet they will depict it in a way where it's still shown, where it's still visible.
Yeah. Shall we keep going?
No. I don't want to watch it.
No matter what happens,
That guy looks like shit.
an angry face, a heartbreak, the wheel keeps turning.
Wait. Is that implying sex between Rand and Egwene? Who's this supposed to be?
That is Rand and Egwene.
They do not have a sexual relationship. Except that weird parallel timeline universe vision when Rand is traveling the group through with a weird waystone that works weird, and he gets visions from parallel timelines that gladly didn't happen. But yeah, no, they do not have an intimate relationship. It's this cute teenager. Oh, I'm interested in you. You're interested in me, but it's mainly because we're the only people our age in this godforsaken remote village. And,
they
grow apart due to the adventure. They grow apart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, also for reference, that's Matt and Perrin.
Please tell me how this is wrong. Tell me how they never sat next to a pillar.
Well, this part's fine, but it's
my problem is rather that they look too old.
Yeah. So, what do you think of the dagger?
No matter what.
So, what do you think of the dagger? So that's the Ruby hilted dagger Wisp.
Too small.
I don't think it's detailed enough really to get a good impression on it.
There are pictures of it in some prop thingies trailers.
Actually, sorry, if I may, real quick. This composition is extraordinarily weird. Why are we focusing on the guy when clearly the dagger is supposed to be the object in focus?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're completely right. And this dagger was found in one of the treasure holes of Shadow Logov.
Well, that's where they could be.
The whole angle is weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the dagger.
It just looks like a side room behind the stairs or something.
The wheel keeps turning.
So, Roose Bolton as Tamal Thor. Thoughts?
Literally
What do you
who?
He's a. It's mainly the main thing I know him from. He's also the reactionary terrorist in Justice League.
All right then.
Reactionary. No, but I'm okay with him.
Yeah.
It hasn't that much of
The Dark One is coming for your friends.
anyway. What was that scene?
I think that's them running from a merge
No, the circle
brawl.
thing. The circle thing.
The circle thing. I think that's probably some kind of funeral. That's my
Yeah, but
assumption.
where?
No, it's
When
symbolic.
did this
It's the
happen?
wheel.
I think
I
they're
don't
just
know.
setting up shit so that it look this. I think this looks cool if we do this. Let's make the scene like I have this artistic vision of doing this like this and oh. There's so much in the books that is already described. Why don't you do that?
Wisp, was that the wheel of time? That circle of dead people?
No, but
So,
it certainly feels like it.
and this. So, what do you think of the Fade design?
That's part on Fate.
No, that's the merge roll.
I like that.
Why did you ask about part on Fate?
I said Fade.
Oh, Fade. Okay.
The merge roll.
They have several. These creatures have several names. Difficult. Let me guess. They didn't bother not animating his cloak.
Yeah. because I don't think-
Anti-animating.
Yeah, I
The
don't
Dark
think
One
that
is
they can
coming
do
for your
it.
friends.
And we get our Trolloc look. Trollocs look fine.
I can't see enough. It's too dark.
Yeah.
So the Mudra look okay. So far.
The only thing that matters is
I
what
think
we
they look
do.
too weakish though.
Mhm.
I think that the Mudra look too feeble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they just made up lots of scenes that make no sense. What is this nonsense?
Oh, this part
See,
as well.
it doesn't
with-
have foreheads.
Yeah, apparently.
No,
Like,
it doesn't. It doesn't. You're right.
yeah, apparently, like the also like you see Moraine in the background of this shot with Logain being shielded. So
What?
Moraine is apparently part of the hunt for Logain. I
No,
guess.
she's not. She's the blue Archer. And why would the green Archer do this? Subduing false dragons is solely done by the red Archer. That's
Oh,
their
boy.
job. That's the whole reason for existence, and they don't like
All right.
working together with the other Archers.
All right, Wisp, you're implying
Especially the Greens. They hate the Greens because the Greens have relationships with their warders and take more than one warder. They're the poly Aes Sedai. They
you're
hate them because they like men.
You done?
Tarek, yeah, Tarek. Yeah, Tarek, go for it.
Fuck it. Joke's ruined. It's always about timing, but you won't shut the hell up. God damn, I can't work like this.
Yeah, done. Why do you get autist on this?
Yeah, exactly.
Tarek,
God damn. Play the fucking cartoon.
You ruined Eric's joke by inviting me.
Whatever happens now, there's no turning back.
Oh look, there's the Myrdrill's mouth.
Yeah. Was it ever described like this?
Nope.
I'll give kudos where credit is due. That's actually not terrible. That's actually kind of unique. Like specifically the way the teeth are bent inward. I don't think I've seen that too often.
That's just a worm mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kinda.
And they have normal mouths.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
supposed to look human, but they decided to go for more nightmare fuel.
Unnecessary, because the whole point of a Mydral is that he looks human, he just has no eyes. He just has a flat surface there. Yet the whole point of why the Mydral is scary is not because, oh look, I have a scary mouth. No, the Mydral just looks at you without eyes. And that is what terrifies. Not this nonsense. This is nonsense for little children.
Mm-hmm.
And this shows that the makers of this, 1, do not understand the material. 2, do not care about the material. 3, think their audience is retarded, and more retarded than they are.
Yeah. Let's finish up the trailer, and then we'll move to the next one.
What next one?
To pull off Image Ra being terrifying.
We are covering 3 trailers in a scene.
Oh God. Looks like Alanis Morissette. And then it's this unnecessary epic music. It's soulless epic music. Couldn't even come up with a unique theme for it. Just a boring. Hey, what is this? Game of Thrones at least had a catching intro.
Wiener, 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 wiener.
Yeah, and I forgot what it was. I should have noted that down. I heard an old intro of something, and it was almost the Game of Thrones intro.
Mm.
Some show from the 60s or 70s.
Huh. Weird. Well, this is Moraine's Quest, the one of the promo things. Thankfully, it's only about a minute long. Well, it's less than a minute long. It's about a minute.
All
long.
right. So we'll be here for 3 hours. Got it.
How much should I get the alcohol?
I am Moraine Sedai.
No, you're not.
20
You're
years ago, I learned a secret.
Where's
The
her
vision of
crystal?
a baby being born. A baby.
Where's her fucking crystal?
It is shown at formal occasions.
No. She doesn't wear her Aes Sedai ring to not be seen all the time, but she always wears her crystal.
Yeah.
She doesn't take that off.
Mm-hmm.
She does.
Yeah.
She sleeps with the bloody thing.
Yeah.
She has. It's a thing. It's a thing she wears on her forehead, like on a chain that goes around her head and so dangles on her forehead.
They
Now-
do show it. They do show it in the trailer. She's just not wearing it right now, I guess.
Why?
You said these bitches don't
it-
age, right?
When you make it,
Nope,
sorry,
they don't.
They don't
Wait.
age.
Yeah, they don't age.
Because this is one old-looking bitch.
Yeah, she's supposed to be like.
she looks like mid to end 40s.
No one apparently told her.
Yeah, and the thing, what I've lost it. Oh, fuck, I lost it. The thing with her.
The jewel.
If
is
you make a
part of her
trailer,
culture.
if you make a fucking trailer, you show we have this character and this character and this item, you show them in their iconic ways, and to tell me if she has to tell me that she is Moiraine Sedai, but she doesn't look like Moiraine Sedai, and she doesn't have her little blue gem on her forehead, then I know it's not Moiraine Sedai. And that's why you have to tell me that it is Moiraine Sedai, because I'm not going to believe you that it's Moiraine Sedai, because I can't see that it's Moiraine Sedai. From everything I know from the books, this is not Moiraine Sedai. This is some random woman.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like her. She isn't dressed like her. She probably doesn't act like her either.
Well, we're hearing her voiceover, so.
Could change the world. In the last age, the Dark One was trapped by the last dragon at the cost of almost everything. 20 years ago, the last dragon was reborn. We don't know where or to whom.
Wait, stop.
What I do know is that my mission...
Am I retarded? The last
Yes.
dragon wasn't called the last dragon, was he?
No, he wasn't. He was just called the Dragon.
Yeah.
I think they thought that saying the previous dragon was too colloquial or something.
Just say the dragon.
Well, I mean, even if the last dragon could imply like the last one that was born. I mean, yeah.
It implies that there are other dragons, and there are not. There was the one. He had the title, the dragon.
Then I think this is more of a issue with
It's like saying the last
With-
Dracula.
well,
What?
with syntax. I think it's an issue with syntax more than anything else.
I would agree
Yes,
with that.
It's an unnecessary and retarded change. I don't know what
We're about to get worse stuff. Don't worry.
is to find them. But we're running out of time. The Dark One is waking. His whispers are already in the backs of our minds. If I do not succeed, the Earth itself will burn, and the whole world will turn to darkness.
That's what I log off. Stop. So, the thing. Oh, God, what? No, this is so wrong!
Yeah, Shadow Logoth Mashadar is supposed to be pale, but I guess they decided to change it to it's shadowy.
Yeah, well, my God, they invert the fucking color. Yeah, Shadow Log, it's a spooky, misty, white, glowy stuff, glowy tendrils, and they're not this fast. It's a very slow moving stuff, like the stuff that no matter you run from it, but it's always catching up very gently, like the villain that only walks. You know the kind of style of villain I'm talking about.
Michael Myers, yeah.
Yeah, that's what the mist of Shadar Logoth is like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not this hunting beast. It's just this, oh, there is something. I'm gonna slowly move in that general direction. That's what it does. Not this thing. And the taint of Shadar Logoth is something completely different from the Dark One. Those are completely different entities.
It's basically an eldritch thing that was raised because of the evil of the humans that were living there.
Yeah, it's its own thing, its own thing of evil. It is so bloody evil that the minions and even the stronger minions of the Dark One are scared shitless of it.
Yeah, it's only like Trollocs will not go in there unless like something is forcing them to.
Yeah, and it can take more than one Myrdral to force them to. Mm-hmm. They are likely to rebel against their officer, their Myrdral, the guy with the stupid mouth, then go in there.
Yeah,
because they can feel there is something I am more scared of than the wrath of the Dark One, which should tell you that this place is horrible. You have the evil Dark One to fight, and this place is scarier. Mm-hmm. And this is the place where they take a rest in the night.
Yeah, let's finish up this trailer and then we'll move to the next one. We're almost finished.
There will be one who can stand against him.
The problem with that scene is that the problem where I wanted to get with this is the problem with that scene is you're talking about the evil Dark One, but you're showing something else that looks like dark power stuff, but you're actually misleading completely. Mm-hmm. And this is horrible.
You can mislead people to a certain extent, and I think that's just kind of like showing like weird imagery. But it's kind of odd.
Because you don't have better imagery, and because you don't know how to write a trailer that fits the special properties of this world. Because you could do that. You could, if you want to show the taint of the Dark One, you could show places of
like the blight.
Exactly. I was looking for the English word. The German one is die große Fäule, which is the great
corruption.
Kind of like that. Like when your bread starts to go moldy. The great mold. It would be a back translation from that. And the great blight. And that because that has some weird stuff going on. Not just here's dark mist stuff. When it's not even dark mist stuff.
It's creepy, weird mutant animals. Yeah. Let's finish up the trailer.
It got monsters. It got a monster that's just called a twig.
Yeah.
Has been born again. Who is the Dragon Reborn?
That was stupid. That was a stupid quick cut. This is so dumb.
Did you know that Ballsman is in the trailer? He's like in the. There's actually a 360-degree thing, and at one point you see red eyes.
What?
As in the glowing red eyes in the background of the 360. But this is.
Swear your oath, Moraine Sedai. I swear to speak no word that is not true, to make no weapon with which one person may kill another, and never to use the one power as a weapon.
Do you know what Aes Sedai means in the old tongue?
Stop.
Servants of all.
That was not complete.
Yeah.
Do not use the one power as a weapon against anyone or anything but
I think
minions
that's
of the Dark One.
Yeah, I think that's a fine. That's an okay omission because it would have been a little bit clunky.
No, it's not because it's plot relevant. Because the oath is taken with you saw the ivory staff thing she was holding. Because the words of that oath, any oath you take while wielding this thing, while holding this thing and channeling the power through it, becomes you cannot violate it.
Well, I think that what she means, I think that like it. What I mean is, I think it's cut for the trailer, and the trailer.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't think that. I think that they will keep. I think that they will make it in the show, and since the showrunner actually like said that there was
that.
The trailer. So
don't do stuff like this with your trailers. First off, it's wrong. You're misleading. Secondly, you're pissing off actual fans of the fucking stuff. Because they see this kind of trailer stuff and think, what is this bullshit?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking this is bullshit because of this, and I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
Aside from it looking all wrong. Like her gem here, that is way too gaudy. It was on a small silver chain. It's a dainty thing. Because and she's a dainty woman. This is all so fucked up. I'm sorry I can't stop ranting and being loud.
Oh no, this is the entertaining part. This is why I brought you on. I even entitled this Whisp Rant 2.
This is a sequel?
Yes.
I'm not getting paid damages for this, mind you.
Sorry, I'm cheap. All of my money is going to the stock market.
Well, then you can make more of it and then pay me damages.
Maybe. Let's not hold our breath for that one. Alrighty, but let's keep going.
It is they who serve the world.
Yeah,
I
based
choose
on
this path, but I will follow
like you rip the names off of it.
Where next?
the two rivers. The old blood runs deep in those mountains.
No, that is not Lan. Lan is not a tiny Asian man.
Technically, he's not tiny. The man is six even. I think
Why
it's
is
mainly.
he tiny?
I think it's the framing because she's on a horse and he's on foot.
I'm sorry, that's too small for Lan.
Well, I don't know.
6'3" or 6'4". He should be 2 meters at least.
Well, I don't know if that's like the they would. Let me see, Daniel.
Just get some chiseled German actor. We have some of those.
He's actually 6'2".
Really?
Yeah, I think it's just the framing of the shot.
Yeah, maybe it is because of the horse. But even Lan should be. He's described like a mountain with a chiseled face with no emotion on it, because he's so super stoic. Because he actually just wants to run into the blight and die fighting. And only Moirin's bond is keeping him from doing that.
And the fact that they're searching for the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah, well, that's kind of he kind of has to stick by her, no matter what he wants to do.
well, she told him what her quest is, and he said, "I'll be your warder in New Spring." So.
Yeah, let's see the part where he threw her into the lake.
Yeah. Yeah, that
And
was hilarious.
that's the lake throwing scene that happens, but
Mhm.
it's only mentioned in the books, and it's not done to Egwene. That's why I was so confused. Why is a woman throwing another woman into a lake? The only scene like that is from the cute bonding moment between Moiran and Lan.
Well, there is Newspring, the prequel novel, actually tells the full story of how they met.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that part isn't depicted in there, and that's why I'm saying. So, but let's keep going.
The old blood runs deep in those mountains. Let's hope it's prepared them for what's coming.
I'm lagging pictures here.
It's lagging a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Is it because of you switched on the subtitles? Does that do anything?
Yeah, maybe. Let me turn them off then.
The Dark One is waking.
That's interesting.
But there will be one who can stand against him. And it's one of the five.
I think Perrin looks fine, kind of.
Yeah.
You've fully lost your mind.
Your life isn't going to be what you thought.
Matthew.
What are those? His army is coming.
What can we do?
Protect the people we love.
I'm not too happy with the Trollocs. There should be more animal-like interfaces.
Well,
They went a little bit.
well,
That guy is kind. The animal snouts, they should be more prominent.
well, I don't know how you can that's pretty prominent. I think
That
they've got a.
that one is okay. That one I think is okay.
I think they've
I
got.
wonder how they're
mix.
gonna do the ones with the beaks.
Actually, do have one with a beak later on in the trailer.
Okay.
But I think they're doing a big variety of different kinds of Trollocs.
We protect the people we love. No matter the cost.
I hate that this is being made.
Yep, that's the White Cloaks. I do like the fact
Pedro Nial was black.
they're not. Eamon Valda, different guy. He's the.
Eamon Valda was black.
Yeah, he's described as having a dark face. It's blinking, you miss
Dark-
it.
Okay,
I made the
dark
mistake.
face doesn't necessarily mean black.
Well, it's close enough. We don't get much, and it's like he's not described as white, so I'm fine with it.
Because nobody is described as white in the book.
Yeah.
That name, that word isn't used. It's only the socialists who keep using the term white to describe people.
Yeah, admittedly, Kyrian is described as pale, so that's their portrayal of Trollocs. Yeah, that is their portrayal of Trollocs. Yeah.
Could be worse. But yeah, the thing with the White Cloaks is that you really want to go Catholic Templars with them.
So I think that this isn't necessarily what them wearing armor. I think this is a little bit more formal I do think that this is meant to kind of show the White Cloaks as actually being the as something other than the kind of medieval Team Rocket that they are in the books.
Shouldn't he also wear the giant sun on his chest?
I think there are sunbursts in the back.
Yeah, but it's a central part of their attire.
Yeah,
it's more important than it just being this gleaming titanium white.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, good for you for depicting a black guy as the bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, since at this point we're seeing him burning alive an Aes Sedai and just sitting down to eat his meal after probably he's cut her fingers off to take her Aes Sedai ring.
And he's not washing his hands properly because it looks more cinematic, which is not what people in medieval times would have done, including the book.
Yeah.
Because it's very unhygienic.
We've lost too many people. Right?
And he doesn't have access to Aes Sedai healing magic.
You won't. If we do not stop.
So what kind of waste stone is that supposed to be? Is that the dimensional stele?
If we do not stop the Dark One.
That's not supposed to be. That's supposed to be the Waygate.
The one to God, what were these places called?
The ways.
The one with the bridges in the dark.
Yep.
The ways.
Yeah.
That looks wrong.
It is definitely different than how it's described in the book. Yes.
Because the waygates are just stone slabs that magically open, not things with a portal that is open from to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
This is everything here is wrong.
So we are seeing a more boorish Trolloc right there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're kind of getting a good variety.
Do not stop the Dark One now. The whole world will.
So that's Blink and you miss it, but that's so
the raising of Emmonsfield.
Yeah, I think that's the raising of Emmonsfield. Yeah.
I can't allow it.
There is so that is.
That's too much of a spell. Oh, I see what they did there. Can you go frame by frame? I think it's the dot.
Let me actually let me slow down to 25 speed. So that is a Trolloc with a beak.
Okay. Wait, go for it. Wait. No. Keep going.
But also that's low gain, melting the bars of his prison.
Wait. Stop. Here we see what they're doing with depicting the one power. They're just showing the female power as white and the male power as black.
Not quite.
Then what is it?
So the black part is supposed to be the taint on white, on the otherwise pure white.
I'd say same difference.
Well, it's described as an oily black sheen in the books.
Yes.
So,
yes, I know.
So
what I mean is this is how they're gonna depict it throughout the series, and they're not gonna show us the elemental weaving.
Oh yeah. I don't think they're gonna. They might change it, but I think it's kind of weird. The main thing that I take issue with is the Walmart purchased dagger.
It looks like a miniature painting.
It does, yeah.
For
something that's really clearly supposed to be important, and then they don't even put it really in the shot.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect us to pause on this frame.
Yeah, well, it's going to be at the show, but it just looks like something they bought at Walmart. Like it looks like plastic.
Yeah. Another thing that rubs me the wrong way about this animation of the force of the one power is, I keep saying the force, what the fuck, of the one power, is that it's just this random mist that is just going around in this case the dagger and against the other weaving, and no, it's you could have done something with it that shows that it has meaning. It is not just this ephemeral random moving stuff. You could make you could turn the weaving of Loghain here into a blocking shield thing that then grabs the dagger to hold it in place, and not just this misty thing that maybe does something.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff in Doctor Strange looked better.
Yeah, it did. We do get Aiel so I imagine they're going to flash back to the Blood Snow.
Space Junk in the chat says in the German translation, the one power is called the Force. Not entirely true. It would be, if we translate it back, it would be the one Force. It says die eine Macht. So it's the one is still part of the translation.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have we could say the way the words power and force and stuff work in German, they have slightly different connotations. Because you could also say Kraft, which would also be power, but but Kraft is also strength, and that's why it has a different connotation. So that's why Drava says Macht, which is might, which is force and might and power.
Let's keep going.
The wheel weaves as the wheel wills.
I hope Amazon burns down when they air it.
Home. No.
I missed the joke because I spoke over it.
No, it's not really a joke. It's like the question.
Think we'll ever go back? Do you think we'll ever go back?
Home. No.
Joke's on you. You will. Perrin, true hero of Emmonsfield. I don't know, he still looks too old. They all look too old.
I think that they deliberately aged them up because it's easier to get actors.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. The guy in Dune is pretty awesome.
Well, Timothée Chalamet is like 25, 28.
Really? He pulls off the 17-year-old pretty well.
Yeah, he's 25. He's my age.
Wow.
I think it's because he's very fresh-faced.
Also, here the Mudral really looks stupid. That is not. I'm sorry, that's not scary.
Yeah,
it's not.
He looks kind of. He looks kind of kabuki. He looks kind of kabuki-esque.
Way too big lips, and then this weird head shape. The thing about Mudral is that they look just like humans, but pale and with no eyes, with skin where the eyes should be. That's all. And that is why they are so spooky. Because they look so similar to humans, not because they look, oh, look, generic movie monster number 555.
Yeah.
So I take...
Sorry, go for it. Sorry. No, go for it.
I was going to say, so I take it you can't wait for this to come out.
I hope Amazon burns down the moment they air it. That it fries their network when they do it.
No, they're gonna make so much money off of this.
Oh, easily.
What? So again, how did this happen? How did John's wife give permission for this?
Probably because they dumped. They unloaded a dump truck of money in front of her house.
You can't tell me she already ran out of money. I don't believe that.
Oh no, I'm not saying she didn't. I'm just saying that they probably unloaded a dump truck of money out of her in front of her house. Listen, everyone has their price. It's all about finding out what that price is.
So this is the first scene that we had. This is so far this is a pre-release scene that we're getting before the show comes out. Whisp is going to get really angry at this one.
How did the ceremony go today?
Don't know, actually. We haven't talked yet.
I'm sure she's just busy.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Name yourself, stranger.
Lan Mondragoran. This is Moiraine.
Oh dear. Oh dear, Wisp seems to have died.
Oh, Well, it actually killed him. Shit. Well, you know, at least he won't have to see it now. Small blessings, you know what I mean?
Aw, that's adorable.
Sorry, hold on. Never sell to your Amazon for a boatload of cash after. No, I want this sold to Universal. I think they're the only ones who would actually give it the kind of who would actually make something decent out of it. I'd say sell it to Jackson's production company, but I don't think he actually has one.
Amazon sent a Shadow Baby to kill this.
Oh, you know they would make Aviana a black girl as quickly as they possibly could.
Probably, yes.
And the funny thing is that if I'm alive and I'm selling the rights and they pull this shit, man. What the hell was that?
Sorry, that was my phone bumping up against my mic.
That just rattled my fucking brain.
It's a very good mic.
What I was gonna say though was if they try to pull that shit and I'm still alive and in the room, I'm gonna say what? So only black children can grow up to be thieves?
That's hilarious.
I have this planned out. Although I was hold on real quick. I was telling Becca this earlier. It turns out the Tangled animated series already did the climax for my entire series in animated form. complete with villain song. I couldn't believe it.
It just seems like Tarek is reading the minds of successful filmmakers and it's just sliding into his brain somehow.
I was telling Becca, I told you this and Becca, but I'm certain that the reason why me and Sanderson are so close in terms of, like, even though I had never heard of the man before I, started hanging out with you people, the whole thing is that I believe this is what happens when business majors write a book.
Yeah, that's not unlikely, actually.
Although my favorite part with the Tangled thing with the animated series was that it came complete with villain song, and I said, "Fuck me!" Even the character design for one of them looks exactly how I pictured Aviana, except for the eyes and her hair.
Huh.
Sorry, my internet just died.
No, that's fine.
I'll provide you with a link later, Dunn, because you'll see it. It's uncanny.
Wow, that is hilarious.
I know.
So, what were the conclusions you guys came to while I got killed?
This is gonna be a terrific show, and you have no taste.
Well, yeah. I actually thing is about that one, I actually have the perfect clip for it.
And if you don't like it, no offense, but you have boring taste, and I don't want to be friends with you.
I gotta tell you, the amount of soy when you have to say something like, "And I don't want to be friends with you." What a fucking cuck.
Yeah, I don't want to be friends with a pretentious pseudo-intellectual evil. Thank you.
Exactly.
For anyone who who doesn't know, there is a Bard character in this thing that they of course also completely miscast and mischaracterize. His original instrument of choice is a harp that looks like it should be played at a royal court because it is so ornamented and gaudy.
Wait, hold on, real quick. A harp or a lyre? Like a harp is a
harp.
A big one? Like the big one?
No, a tiny, like Trubadix and Asterix, a small harp that you can.
Yeah,
carry
I think that's a
around
lyre. I think that's a lyre then, but whatever.
No, a lyre is a type of guitar, as far as I'm aware. He carries a small harp, and one that he can hide in his cloak because he's a traveling bard. And what they made out of him, you can see that this man is supposed to be close to 80, by the way. With giant mustaches, you can pull. You can like a little child can pull on them for fun, and with really white wavy hair. Instead, they made this guy out of him, and he has a guitar.
He aged better than the ageless witches.
How is he supposed to hide a guitar in his Gleeman cloak? You see that there, the fan art, that all these pictures there. That's how he should look like. There you see his heart. Mm-hmm. He's something he can hide in his mantle. He looks like this classic Asian old man character you sometimes see. Mm-hmm. That's a good. That's why this picture above there, in the top right. That's a good artistic rendition. Mm-hmm. These are all pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, one of the things about Amazon and any production company is they market test the fuck out of these things.
How about you just make an authentic piece that people will love for decades to come?
That doesn't sell!
It does! Lord of the Rings did when it came out.
And it still makes money to this day, I think.
Yeah, you can re-release it on the new medium, the new Super DVD, the new Super Blu-ray thing, magic
4K
thing. And same goes for my head. Oh. Great, my head spasmed. Just make him authentic. The Star Wars, the original Star Wars, that wasn't market tested.
You are correct. Now,
just put that out there.
I disagree.
It's amazing. And disregarding the Disney crap, people still love it.
1 second, Wisp. 1 second, Wisp. Tarek had something to say, then you can say it.
All I was going to say was I disagree. I don't think you could, even if you were re-release the original trilogy, I don't think you could get as many people as you were going to if the sequels didn't exist.
True.
Like, I think that well has been so poisoned to the point where...
And this thing will make people not want to buy the books.
There are going to be a certain subset of Wheel of Time fans that like this.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, I've seen what they're writing. They're retarded pseudo fans that want to inject their feminist magic borderline thinking into this. You don't even understand the characters. I've seen their rants and complaints and their fan fiction. It is utter nonsense. These mostly women, mostly middle-aged women, they did not understand the bloody story. They didn't understand the characters. They didn't understand the world. They didn't understand the subtext and the between the lines jabs at societal prejudices that people have. Because there are a few running jokes in Wheel of Time, which are all about prejudice. That is, prejudice between people, between the peoples, the different peoples, and prejudice between the sexes. Because the men want something and have a plan, and then they try to do it. And the women have a plan, and they try to do it, and they have the same goal. But they're not talking to each other, and they're stepping on each other's toes all the time, and they just don't talk with each other. But they think, because they're stepping on each other's toes, they think the other sex is a bit retarded, and nobody can understand them. The women think nobody can understand men. They're just weird. And the men think nobody can understand them. They're just weird. The running joke is that they never talk to each other.
So, regarding your question, Space Junk, I don't think that Amazon has the balls to do that. Like turns any of the characters trans. Like there are a lot of like the Wheel of Time fans that are like say that they would love to have like a couple of trans characters.
Why?
But I'm just like, well, for representation purposes. But I don't.
Bullshit! Screw you! Shoot yourself, and you finally have something in your heads.
Damn! Fuck me!
Stop using people like me as a prop to jerk off because you can see what you imagine us to be on the screen. You are the people. You are the reason people hate us. You the fucking activists who want trans people everywhere. You don't even know what the fuck this is. You just have your fan fiction about it, and then you want to jerk off to seeing it on screen. It's nothing to do with the actual condition. And there are depictions of this whole trans problem in a way depicted in the book as certain villains are reincarnated by the Dark One in the body of the other sex, but the soul is still the same, which is the whole joke. Or rather, it's on purpose, it's part of the plan, because the person reincarnated, the male, let's say sub-villain, is reincarnated in the body of a woman in order to infiltrate an Aes Sedai camp, use the One power, but none of the Aes Sedai can see it because that woman is wielding the male part of the One power, because it's still a man inside. Mm-hmm. So you already have this fucking stuff in there that you want.
Well, kind of the thing
but you bloody idiots never read the actual books.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing. I've chatted with people, and they're kind of like, they hate that because they think, no, that's a hetero white male's idea of a trans woman.
No. First off, that is not a trans woman.
Mm-hmm.
That is a special magic case of stuff. Nobody, okay, tell your retarded, idiotic, fetishistic friends that nobody who actually has gender dysphoria wants that. Nobody with a brain wants to be trans. Nobody. These people do not know how to depict someone who is actually trans. As I said, they just jump around in circles, frolicking, and going all giddy. Oh, someone is trans, someone is trans. These people are idiots. They don't know how to represent us. They just want to write shit.
You heard it here, folks.
And because of these idiotic, asshole-ish people that claim to speak for us and use us as purse puppies and then hold our mouths closed as we try to actually say something when one of us actually has the guts to sacrifice the goal of passing and just being accepted as the other sex, because nobody's supposed to know we're trans. When one of us actually does open his or her mouth, they keep screaming, "Oh, you have the wrong opinion." Then either when it's someone who's not trans who has the wrong opinion, that's cisplaining. That's someone who's, how you're not trans, how could you possibly know what it's like? So shut up. When one of us has the wrong opinion, they say, "Oh, you have internalized transphobia. How can you be against the other trans people?" Because I know what it's like, you fucking idiot. And these other people have Munchausen syndrome, are hypochondriacs, or have been pressured and confused into believing they're trans and that is a solution to their life problems when it is not. These assholes, these activists, these fetishists are the reason we have so many false transitions and kids whose childhoods will be ruined, whose lives will be ruined. Because they will wake up one day and notice, oh, what the fuck happened? What the fuck have I done? Why did nobody stop this? Because these fetishists never talk about the detransitioners. They brush them under the rug as something not to be talked about, not to be looked at. Because in their eyes, being trans is amazing. It's a party. It's wonderful. And no, it's not. Nobody wants to be this. Nobody's sane. If you're a histrionic narcissist or some borderline magic thinking idiot, then yeah, you want to, because you want the attention. You want the attention of being special. When the people who are actually special, they just want to be normal. I'm done. Sorry, this went on for so long. But this is the whole fucking problem.
Mm-hmm.
I will drop the act I normally do in these things, and I will say this: that was one of the most impassionate things I've ever heard on Dunn's channel. It was very poignant, and it was honestly quite heartbreaking, in all honesty. That was very well put, and I have a little bit more respect for you, Whisp.
You can quote me on that anytime.
Yeah, and it's kind of just like, well, I kind of just think like they want trans people, but I don't think like nobody's gonna like. I have very, very rarely seen trans people depicted in like anything that wasn't an indie project. So I doubt that is going to happen. I think that the farthest they're going to go is like a little bit of like race swapping. I think that's the farthest they're going to go with it.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. But here's this scene. I don't know where you cut off, but here's this bit.
Aragorn?
Nope. Land.
Name yourself, stranger.
Land Mondragoran. This is Moraine.
Wouldn't he, if he says his full name, wouldn't he say Allan?
He doesn't use the Al land because Al is, he doesn't think of himself as king. He is
okay. That does not look like her.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the dress.
Stables for our horses and a room for the night. 2 beds and fresh linen. That's all we need. Of course, Moraine Sedai.
Bullshit! 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 Sorry, I'm screaming, but bullshit! First, she's not wearing the ring here. Second, the people of Emonsville, nobody, and this is why the ritual that this womanhood ritual with the paint is already bullshit. No one here knows what a fucking serpent ring is, and that didn't look like the serpent ring is described. That was some gaudy bullshit. Can you pull it up? Maybe there were 2. Like, what is this? Why is there blue stone in it? The serpent ring is just a serpent.
Yeah, it's
just
kind
a
of like
serpent that coils around your finger and bites its tail.
It's a slightly more ornate wedding band.
Yeah, and this is something that I want this to be noticed. Fuck off. Mm-hmm. Everything here is wrong. And as I said, the women of Emonsfield wouldn't know what a bloody serpent's ring is. They have heard of Aes Sedai at best in some tales, like the books of what was it, Fane Farstrider, or what his name was? Jane Farstrider.
Yeah, the Travels of Jane Farstrider. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you maybe have heard of the women wielding magic. Ooh. But there's not been an Aes Sedai in the 2 rivers in. Nobody knows.
2,000 years, probably. The last one was the Aes Sedai Queen.
There would be the fall of Manetheren.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine we're living in the year 2020. Imagine someone you have absolutely no knowledge of history, and a pharaoh is walking into the room,
or a Roman emperor.
Yeah, and you suddenly know, oh, this is a Roman emperor. This is a pharaoh. I'm gonna do. No, you wouldn't take this person seriously. What the fuck are you? What is this stress? Like, are you retarded? Are you drunk?
This sounds more like the case of, like, if, say, you're in East Germany, or you're in Germany or something, and all of a sudden George Washington walks in and he goes, oh my God, you're the United States founding father!
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, you would have no idea who this guy is.
You're dressed weird, your hair is weird. You
wearing
have
a
weird
powdered
jewelry.
wig.
They'd think this is a weird ring, at best. Maybe they'd rather think this is the ring of a noble.
Mm-hmm. Also, like, it seems as though that's kind of something they've changed, that the Great Serpent Ring has an Aja stone in it.
That's not each. Oh God, no!
Yeah.
Ah!
This is why I brought Wisp on, folks.
Just pain.
Tarek, are you enjoying yourself?
This is how not to do an adaptation.
To answer your question, Dunn, no, I'm not. Mostly because Whisp is taking up all my screen time. You never take the camera off the talent.
That is a weird compliment. Thank you.
Compliment.
Dunn knew what he was getting himself into.
I did it.
Sorry. When you get me on, it can't. I don't know how long your streams usually are, but I'm sorry. It can't just take double the time now.
Well, this is actually quicker than I anticipated. I was anticipating 3 hours. This is
you're rushing through.
Yeah,
you're rushing through. You're not letting the tensions really develop, and they have internet cutoffs. But yeah, what is this fucking ring? And the thing is, this seems to imply that the women of Emansfield have secret knowledge of the outside world,
which is dumb.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in fresh linen, that's all we need. Of course.
Because she recognizes the ring. That's why she says Sedai.
Uh-huh. Yep. And
why are there so many people of so many different races? Like there was a super black woman. There was a like she's from there. She's from Nigeria. This is the Two Rivers. There are, I don't know, maybe 5,000 people in the whole bloody area. For 2,000 years, they do not exchange genes with the outside. If you inbreed, I don't know, 5,000 people. That is assuming they mix between the villages a lot, and that sometimes happens, of course, yes. But fucking hell, if you do that for 2,000 years, everybody looks the bloody same. And they probably have some immune disorders.
I was about to say they probably have some genetic defects.
This is important. This is important. This is important to the bloody story. Wait. This is the key. This is the key part of the story. It is important that they're inbred. It is important that they're so inbred in the Two Rivers. Because, dude, Dunn, what are you doing? You're confusing me.
Well, I'm just letting it play so that with mute, it's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't concentrate. I have issues.
Yeah, so it's it's kind of just interesting that there's just a lot of people that are
there's an Asian woman.
Yeah,
in the right back, there's an Asian woman. What is this? This is not the Two Rivers. This is like some major trade hub somewhere. There you could so even Berlin isn't big enough. It's the next biggest town outside the Two Rivers, and there you could imagine some people from far away passing through. That's what trade hubs are like. That's why they are so more multicultural. The Two Rivers is a bloody monoculture. They've been inbred for 2,000 years, and as I was trying to say, this is important because this is the reason why the old blood of Maniteren, the nation that fell, where the dragon lived, is so strong. This is why all the main characters that come from the Two Rivers are so strong with the one power. They are beyond compare with any wielder of the power in the White Tower.
So slight correction, the dragon was never around the Two Rivers area.
No, I thought he lived up in the mountain range there in the palace.
No, it's never described where he lived. So he goes to create Dragon Mountain.
Okay, then I misinterpreted that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's kind of the thing about it is kind of the book is it's the prophecy is he's born of the ancient blood, but raised by the old blood. And the old blood is Manetheren, whereas the ancient blood is the Aiel. Which that's not a spoiler. That's in the first book.
Yeah,
it's very, very clear.
Yeah, but the important thing about the what was it? The old blood of Maniteren.
There's also the nation. There's the old blood is kind of a weird plot device that isn't very explained very well.
Yeah, but it still makes sense. It explains why they're so inbred. Because the outside world of this continent, outside the Two Rivers, is so weak in magic and ever declining. And the Aes Sedai never figured, or most of them never figured out why.
Well, partially because they're sterilized. Well, partially because the Oath Rod sterilizes them.
Yes, because the Red Archer is hunting the men who can wield the one power before they have children.
And also the Aes Sedai can't have children because the Oath Rod sterilizes them.
Oh, I missed that part.
It's it's kind of more it's kind of a weird comparison because a lot of women who can channel who are not Aes Sedai have are hyper fertility machines that have 5 to 6 kids, whereas Aes Sedai have no kids.
Oh, Space Junk says the palace was near Tavalon. Oh, the Dragon Mount?
Yeah, Dragon Mount, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Where he is reborn in a battle at the place where he died, where the original died.
Yep. That's the idea, yes.
Yeah. Okay, my bad. It's been a long time since I read it. But yeah, it's so outside the world, the power wielding goes down because the power wielders are not reproducing. So it's thinning. You could say the genes are thinning out. And in Maniteren, that never happens.
Yeah, because of the bottleneck effect.
Mm-hmm. And this is why there can't be people of different races in this pure form. It makes no sense. This is bullshit. Amazon, fucking kill yourself. You have diversity, your treasured fetishistic diversity in the world of Wheel of Time. You have all those different cultures to explore. Instead, you just throw every race into a remote place where they could never remain like this for 2,000 years. You're insane. How do you think? How do you think this happens when this black woman gets together with an Asian man, and out comes a completely black son and a completely Asian girl? But this is not how it works.
I was gonna say, you put the black and the Asian together, and you get a Native American child.
Yeah, it's it's like Surviving Mars, where the children that pop out are also completely random races.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. It's kind of odd to me because there are people of color in Wheel of Time. The Seanchan are kind of a mix of Nordic and Asian, and
the culture is Asian. Specifically, it's Chinese, some old dynasty stuff, the really crazy gaudy stuff.
Yeah, they also have there are black Seanchan in the books, the Empress and her family. At least one of her children is black, like super African black.
No, that's because she can fuck around with whomever she wants.
Mm-hmm. And there's kind of a few theories that Wheel of Time is our future because there's actually a Mercedes hubcap in no, really, in a museum there is a Mercedes hubcap.
What the hell?
Oh yeah, there are. So that is one of the blatant things. Terry Brooks did the same with his what was it, Shannara cycle thingy?
Yeah, Shannara
it's the same thing. Well, it's more blatant there because all the magic items are essentially utensils from our world, like the magic rod that makes light, and you have to put a magic stone in it. When you take when you pay attention to how it's described, it's a flashlight with a battery, and that just goes through, and it can take everyone a little bit longer to catch on to that. With Wheel of Time, it is way more in the future, and it all implies that a lot of the stuff is really just high technology, including the one power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's at one point there's the symbol is the same thing as a Mercedes hubcap, and it's plastic, it's a plastic Mercedes hubcap in a museum.
Yeah, and it's because it's all this whole theme of the more an age passes, the more it is. So the world goes through the ages, and the further back an age is, the more it is forgotten. and completely forgotten. You have no idea. When you dig up something from that time, you don't know what that is. We have some artifacts from Egypt that we don't fucking know what they are. Are they utensils? Are they for religious purposes? Are they parts of tools, of machinery? We have no bloody clue. And same with stuff from India. And Wheel of Time just takes us a few steps further, where we have no fucking clue. The Warder's Cloak, for example, which is a partial cloaking device that they probably completely screw up the effect for in the series, was just a fashion product in the time it was made, in the time before the Dark One was released from his prison for the first time. Mm-hmm. Nobles just wore it, and it made them like shimmer in the air, like you're half translucent, and to the point where if you don't look right, it just looks like a floating head because you don't put the cloak over your head.
Or women were wearing transparent dresses because it was the fashion, or dresses that would shift with their mood.
Oh yes, like mood stones. And in the time where Wheel of Time plays, the actual story plays, those cloaks are used as military devices by the warders so that they are harder to spot in a fight.
They also used it in during the later part of the age where they would use that for use the fan cloth as a method of stealth.
Yes.
Just like they retrofitted their cars and flying machines into engines of war.
Yeah, isn't there even a vision that Rand has of another time where he's on a plane? Or am I mixing that up with Terry Pratchett?
He does see the Age of Legends at one point, yes, but no specifics. I think that's pretty much all the material that we have to cover. I think that's pretty much it. Wisp, thank you for coming. Tarek, sorry, Tarek, I cut you off. I apologize.
No. I was just coughing, really. Like,
okay,
yeah, okay,
yeah,
yeah.
I do love this one. Still, just your opinion. Our opinion is right. Our opinion is right, Mr. White, and also we kind of forgot what an opinion is.
Yeah. Done. I just want to say I hate you for putting me through this because I wanted to completely ignore that this show is happening. Because the moment I always hoped one would be made someday when the time is right.
I apologize.
But I also knew that it would be fucked up. When I heard that it is being done during this era of cultural destruction, I knew it's going to be horrible. And I'm sorry, I kind of have this tendency to have to finish while I'm talking. I wanted to apologize to Derek. While I say I hate you, I wanted to apologize to him that I'm not letting him speak, and the irony is deafening now.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sorry. I hope you can hear me.
Did Dunn actually manage to contain the rage of Wisp? I don't think so. I let him run loose mostly.
No, you cut me off a few times. You have no idea how much there is still pent up. Yeah, Becca, can you tell Tarek I'm sorry I talked over him? I just wanted to apologize after I was done talking to Dunn. I'm sorry.
Or you can say done talking to Kai. That also works.
I never knew your name. You doxed yourself.
No. So my name is B. Malachi Dunn, and my nickname is Kai.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. No, I don't think it's doing that. I think it's like baiting the mystery box theorists.
Yeah, it's trying to. Because it did when who is the Dragon Reborn, and it did a quick cut of all the characters, which is obvious to everyone who read the first book, and it's just there to give the mystery box to anyone who never read the books.
White's triggered. No.
No. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
this is
welcome
so
to the chat.
horrible.
Welcome to you're welcome to the chat for this little bit of entertainment. Thank you, Wisp, for coming on. This was sorry to cut you off at points.
It's fine.
Yeah, it was just
It's
there was
fine.
like, yeah, I've just had to very carefully moderate a number of streams where a lot of people want to talk, and I have to make sure that like there's not much interruption because
I know
we have a rather persnickety guy who gets a little bit irritated if he gets interrupted.
Ironically enough, that is kind of similar for me because then I tend to lose the train of thought. This is the problem. I'm serious. I don't want pity points here. This is a serious problem with the autism. When in my early 20s, I was unable to get my mouth open up until then. Then I stood at an info booth for every weekend for about 10 years, almost every weekend. That taught, because I wanted to get a message across, and that taught me how to speak. Now I'm not the mute autist, but I'm the ever babbling autist that can't stop. And now I have to find this part where I take a break.
That makes sense.
I just got to the other extreme, and it's the other end of problems. I'm trying. I'm seriously trying not to take over too much.
No worries. Well, this has been quite fun. This was everything I hoped it would be.
It's just Wheel of Time is a very passionate thing for me, and this is the fantasy story that traveled with me through my childhood, and that always gives it a special place. So when people fuck it up and deliberately fuck it up, yeah, that kind of hurts.
Yeah, I'm kind of reserving judgment, kind of. I think that there are a number of red flags that are showing at the moment.
Really?
But I honestly am just like, okay, let's see what happens. It could be that the trailers are just bad.
No, this is too much.
True.
It's you can't recover from this much. You can make misleading trailers about your stuff, but this is too much. I mean, Shudder Logoff being the tendrils being black. What? Come on. The whole there is, you can make things eerie with white mist. I mean, if anything, Silent Hill taught us that.
Yeah, I just kind of get the feeling that what we're seeing are the possible surface level problems.
Yes,
because putting Nynaeve, Moraine, and Lan in the low gain plot seems like it's more of a what is going on. And some of the cosmetic stuff I think is going to be the least of the show's problems.
Yeah,
based on these trailers, honestly.
We've seen there will be complete rewrites of things.
We do know that Boltzmann is showing up. They haven't revealed his casting, but in the 360... No, I love women. And honestly, there aren't really that many women writing the show.
That is strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's most... I know a gay guy is the Rafe Judkins from Survivor, of all things, is the showrunner.
Oh, that's why he doesn't understand how to write people.
Alrighty. Well, I think that we've thoroughly covered this topic. You have multiple Wheel of Time trailer reactions to deal with. The newbies coming in who think it looks kind of cheap. The book readers who have some concern, and the hyper purist who is very angry.
How can you be a book reader of this and only have some concern?
Well, I think we did a stream a while back. I think it was Crow, Dollface, and Space Oyster and me, and we were just like, like I think like we're just like trailer. Okay, maybe there's some bad things about the trailer. Maybe it's just a bad trailer, and then we saw the scene. And it's just like, oh, I have some serious doubts that this will be good.
Yeah, there are tons of. If you want to show scenes where women are strong, there's tons of those in the story. You don't need to fabricate any.
Yep.
And they all. The great thing is they all shine in their own ways.
Mm-hmm.
That's the great thing. Even the bad ones.
And then Trigger doesn't give a crap.
No, he couldn't because I was not letting him speak. I'm sorry. He couldn't give a crap.
Space junk. I'm in the looks effing cheap camp. Woo!
I can. Your avatar definitely looks better than these trailers.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, we'll call it good there. Thank you all for coming. Adios. It's okay, Wisp. It's okay. It won't hurt too much. It will hurt, but it won't hurt too much.